I, Dr. LaNée Javet, and this is the Black Business Gems podcast. I'm excited today. First of all, I have not held my own by myself for a podcast in a while, so please be kind to me today because I don't have a guest. I am actually going to be hosting our podcast today. Uh, Myself, like I'm actually going to be hosting the podcast myself, and so please be kind, so anyways, it's your girl Dr. LaNée Javet. Do that real fast. And today we are going to be talking about entrepreneur excellence, reshaping perceptions of Black business. Hey Instagram, hey Facebook, what's good to everybody? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Dr. Michelle. Over on Facebook, it looks good. Everybody can hear me. Bada bing, bada boom. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm excited. I'm geeked for this conversation. So let me introduce myself really quickly. As you know, I've changed up some things. I gotta allow me to reintroduce myself. Dr. LaNée Javet. I help service-based entrepreneurs to light up the world with their brilliance by packaging and selling their expertise like a precious jewel, using my 4C diamond method for clarity, confidence, clients, and coins. I specialize in creating thriving multiple 6 and 7 figure Black-owned businesses. That's important. I got to say that part, that make a sparkling impact. And so today we're going to be talking about rebuking Black stereotypes relative to business in the name of Jesus, right? So we're going to be rebuking, how do we rebuke Black stereotypes in Black-owned businesses? And so that is one of my passions. I hate it when I hear people talk about Black-owned businesses in a negative light, or people say that's why I don't support Black-owned businesses, or it's like hearing the chalkboard. So I wanted to address a couple of things today. One, I want to talk about what some of these Black-owned stereotypes are, but two, which is the most important thing, I want to talk about how do we address them, how do we fix them, how do we still support our businesses in spite of them, but mostly solutions, because I don't like to just talk the talk to talk. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk about solutions and remedies. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. If you are just tuning in, please tell me where you're tuning in from in the chat, and then let me know, are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a business? Just so I can see and get a temperament for the people in the room. And then two, let me say this, if you know an entrepreneur, or if you are an entrepreneur, tag them to this post so that they can come into the room and get some of this information, because it's applicable relative to supporting our businesses in our community. So the first one is identifying the stereotypes and countering the stereotypes. So these are not in order. I didn't put these in order of like the biggest stereotype to the smallest stereotype. We're just going to hit 6. While there are many, we're only going to talk about 6. Okay. So one of them is limited industry focus. And this is one of the ones that I personally talk about fairly often, because it is said that Black entrepreneurs, well, let me rephrase it. There's a misconception that Black-owned businesses are confined to a few sectors like entertainment, sports, and food services. And I have said this myself. So I want to be honest and saying I've said this too. We need to diversify. We need more businesses outside of the traditional forms. And so I've said that. And in doing my research, because now that I'm a doctor, I do research. And so I was like, is this true? And so while Black entrepreneurs indeed excel in entertainment, sports, or food services, they are not confined to these sectors. The truth is that there are many Black-led companies in tech, healthcare, finance, manufacturing, and more. And I'm going to give you some of the leaders, okay? Robert F. Smith, of course, a lot of us know him. He's the chairman and CEO of Vista Equity Partners, a venture capital firm that's excelling in the tech sector. So tech, that is a huge industry that we need to get in. If you have a young person and that young person does not know what industry they want to go into, or what type of business that they want to have, or what kind of education they want to do, have them start looking at tech. Y'all see this AI is coming in here, sweeping the world. Tech is an industry where we need more people. We are there, but we can have a larger impression. And so if your young person is struggling and not sure what to do, have them look at tech. Another person who rebukes that in particular stereotype is Ryan Wilson. He is the founder of The Gathering Spot. Have you guys heard of The Gathering Spot? It is fresh. Right now, they are only in DC, Atlanta, and LA, but it is literally a hub for networking for Black professionals, and it's called The Gathering Spot. And so, this young man, Ryan Wilson, is killing the game in that space. It's a private membership club that demonstrates Black entrepreneurs' capacity to innovate and create inclusive spaces in diverse industries. Okay. And then the third one is Dawn Dixon. She is the founder and CEO of Popcom, Popcom, which is a software company providing vending and kiosk solutions. She demonstrates the innovative edge of Black entrepreneurs in the tech industry. So if somebody come up to you and be like, Black folks they're not diverse and their businesses are all the same. Everybody got a chicken shop or a weave shop, that's not true. That's not true. We're out here killing the game. Okay. So don't let folks tell you that our businesses are stereotypical and that they're only in one or two industries and that all we can do is entertain and do sports. That's not true. We are killing the game in a variety of different industries. All right. So one of the second stereotypes that we hear often relative to Black-owned businesses is the quality of our products and services. And this would fall under the realm of customer service. Okay. And so this one is really harmful because a lot of times when we hear this one, we're only talking about Black-owned businesses relative to customer service and our interpretation of how we should be treated when we go into a Black-owned business. And we hear this one said a lot, well, we can go into a variety of different businesses and be mistreated. And that is very true. We do not hold every business that we entertain, that we go into, that we give our money to the same level of satisfaction and customer experience that we do when we go into Black-owned businesses. And so it perpetuates and makes it appear as if our businesses are the only businesses that are not operating with high customer service. When we go to McDonald's, the mall, the car dealership to get your oil change, when you go into any of those places, their customer service is not top notch either. But we don't say anything about that. We don't even have a bar oftentimes when we go into these other businesses. But when we do business, one of our business, we walk in already on 10, like they better act right. They better give me the right service. My food better, like we walk in there already with the bar. And so anything that a Black business does to us is like, I knew it because we walked in expecting it. And so the myth is that this is a Black-owned business situation when really the quality of a business's products or service has nothing to do with the race or the owner. Now, if I got to interject, this is what I would say. I would say that oftentimes when you walk into a Black-owned business and their quality of customer service, et cetera, is not right, most times, not all the time, but most times it's probably a first-generation Black-owned business, which means they're coming to the table with no business acumen, most likely. First generation. Maybe they probably didn't go to business school and they're doing the best that they can. One of the things that I talk to Black-owned businesses about, especially if they're just getting started, is understanding how to staff and operate your business. Because one of the things that we do when we're a first generation entrepreneur who's trying to get our business up is we'll have family and friends who also do not know how to operate around a business to come and work for us. And so you might have your niece or nephew or friend working that front counter that does not want to be there, that has an attitude, that's not happy about being in that location, and they are not greeting your customers like they should. And we'll do that because we can pay them under the table or we can pay them less. But a strategy that I would like to implore somebody who might be listening to this is, instead of doing that, there is a mother, a sister at the church, a young man who's just coming out of college. If you're listening to the podcast, you can't see me doing bunny ears, but coming home from college, who needs a job. and who will work harder for you than your niece or nephew who you're paying the least. So if we're talking about math, you might be paying a family friend, niece or nephew under the table $10, and they are killing your business and customer service. Whereas if you were to pay somebody a full rate, let's say $15 to $20, they need that job and they show up excited and energetic and ready to support and service your customers. And now you have a plethora or an overflow of customers coming in because the customer service is right. So sometimes we will try to cut corners in our business to save money, when really, if we were to make an investment in our business, we would make more money because our customer service would be better, our operations would be better, the people that we're servicing would have a better customer experience. Okay. So it's one of those things where it is a myth. The ice is not better. The ice is not colder someplace else. A lot of companies don't have great customer service, not just us's, okay? But there is a way for us to provide better customer service by making those types of investments into our business, looking at who we have working with us, alongside us, because that ultimately determines how other people will see our business and do business with us. Can I get an amen in the chat? I see an exactly. That's my intent. I knew I was on the right path. Come on, married one. Over here, Aston Williams said 100. Pinkberry said hi. Hey, Wendy. Okay. Africa the Great said growth and development, lawn services of Zion, Illinois. Shout out to you. Let's see. I'm so sick of that with our own. Yes. Here's the thing. We do have to hold ourselves accountable. I am not saying we don't hold ourselves accountable. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we can't hold ourselves to a higher bar than we hold anybody else to. We can expect more. We can operate in excellence. Those things are great. But if you don't walk into McDonald's talking about my better be this way, and you don't walk into Dillard's if you don't walk into any other business with the same level of expectancy that you do a Black business, then you can't do what Black businesses. I'm just saying we have to give and receive. And if I'm be honest, I give Black businesses a little bit more grace. Like, I give them more grace than what I give McDonald's. I don't even eat McDonald's, but if I'm at a restaurant, shall we say, or if I'm shopping someplace, I give those businesses way more, this shit better be right, than I do a Black-owned business. They have more resources. They pay better. You know what I'm saying? They have all the things. So I expect them to do everything right. I'm going to give a Black-owned business a little bit more grace. Okay, just a little bit more grace because I know that they have less, right? So stereotype number 2 was about quality of products and services. It's a harmful stereotype. The quality of a business's products or services has nothing to do with the race of the owner. And there are many Black-owned businesses that provide excellent quality in their industries. This is a great time in the chat. If you have done business with a great Black-owned business recently in the last 3 to 6 months, tag them in the chat. Let them know that you have received good business from them, that you have received good service from them, because we often complain about the services that we received at a business that was not good, but we very rarely say thank you for the good service that you did. I appreciate you for getting me my stuff on time, because we expect it. Like, you're supposed to do that. I get it. You don't get a cookie for doing what you're supposed to do, but it's still nice to get a little pat on the back. Like, I see you, sis. Thank you so much. I see you, sir. Thank you so much. So if you have done business with a good Black-owned business recently, tag them. Let them know. Okay. Here's 3 businesses that are killing the game in their industries. Number 1, we can look at Tristan Walker's company, Walker and Company brands. Their Bevel brand has disrupted the market, offering grooming products specifically designed for people of color. And his brand is known for its high quality grooming products. Shout out to the Black-owned business with the high quality grooming products. Another one is Minted Cosmetics, founded by KJ Miller and Amanda Johnson. It's celebrated for its superior quality makeup that caters to a diverse range of skin tones. So again, another one. And I actually buy these eyebrows are brought to you by Minted Cosmetics. Not sponsored post, but they do have some good makeup, ladies. And then the other one is the McBride Sisters Collection, owned by sisters Robin and Andrea McBride. It's recognized for producing top quality wines that resonate with the broad audience. They make good wine too, just so y'all know. Not only are they Two Black sisters that are killing the game in the wine industry. Their product is good. Their branding is good. Their packaging is good. They get the product to you on time. So we are doing good business out here in these internet streets. Okay. So stereotype number 3 is that Black-owned businesses are limited in their ability to scale and reach. That's a stereotype that we hear. Some people believe that Black-owned businesses cater solely to Black communities and or cannot scale to large corporations, basically saying that we start these Black-owned businesses and we only service Black-owned businesses because nobody else wants to do business with us. That is a lie from the devil. That is a lie from the pits of hell. That is a lie from the top of Mountain Caucasoid. Like, it is not true. And it's misleading. Many Black-owned businesses serve diverse customers and have tremendous growth potential, demonstrating impressive scalability and broad customer appeal. For example, because I don't want to just be telling y'all this, like, I want y'all to know I did some research. Like, I actually looked up to see who are these companies, right? One is Shonda Rhimes, which we all are pretty much so familiar with. Shonda is killing the game. Her company, Shondaland, has produced multiple hit series and garnered a diverse global audience. The girl writes Black stuff, white stuff, all different kinds of stuff, and everybody wants a piece of it. Okay. Janice Bryant Howroyd, hopefully I'm saying her name right. She is the founder of Act One Group. She has grown into the largest privately held, woman-owned workforce solutions company in the United States. Black-owned. Has anybody ever looked for a job at Act One before? I have. If you're listening to the podcast, my hand is raised. I remember when I was employed, I walked into an Act One before to get a job. And then later, many years later, found out it was Black owned and felt so much pride and joy having been able to support a Black woman owned business. And now she is the largest privately owned woman held business. Shout out to her. Somebody give some thumbs up, a clap. Actually, throw a gem in the comments because that's fresh. She should be celebrated. And then we have this one. Now, this one's a little bit controversial. Okay, this one's controversial. I'm going to say his name wrong, but it's Richelieu Dennis. He's the founder of Sundial Brands, which created Shea Moisture. Okay. They grew that business to serve diverse customers, and the company was later acquired by Unilever in a multi-million-dollar deal. Now, I know, us as Black people, we feel some kind of way. We feel violated when a Black-owned business grows their business and then sells. We feel like that was our cousin's business. Like, how you gonna sell out? We've been supporting you. You gonna go? But the thing is, as Black entrepreneurs, we have come up with the ideology of grow and scale instead of grow and sell. I'm gonna say that again. We think grow and scale, and sometimes it is grow and sell. And so I know people feel some kind of way about the whole Shea Moisture getting bought out thing. And I'm not going to go into the conspiracy theory behind that and whether it was a good idea or not. The point is, our businesses are the bomb. Our businesses grow. People want to do business with us. People want to come and buy our businesses. We are fresh. We are dope. That's the point. The stereotypes are lies because we are out here doing good business. Okay. So are there some bad businesses? Of course there are. But all Black-owned businesses are not stereotypical. All Black-owned businesses are not out here doing bad business. If you're just tuning in, I am Dr. LaNée Javet. This is the Black Business Gems podcast. I like to record it live because I like you guys to see me. I am a business coach and a diamond strategist because I operate off of the 4C diamond method. I help my clients who are service-based entrepreneurs to light up the world with their brilliance by packaging and selling their expertise like a precious gem. Using my 4C diamond method to get clarity, confidence, clients, and coins. I specialize in creating multiple 6- and 7-figure Black-owned businesses that make a sparkling impact. It's super important to me that I say that Black-owned piece because I want y'all to know who I serve, okay? So we're talking about stereotypes. We've covered the first 3. The first one is limited industry focus. We've already said that is a lie. The world would have us to believe that Black-owned businesses are only in entertainment, sports, and food, and that's not true. We have We're leading in tech, healthcare, finance, manufacturing, and more. So that's a lot. The stereotype number 2 is that the quality of our products and services are not up to par, as if our ice cubes aren't as cold as everybody else. And we know that that is a lie. The truth is, quality is not determined by the race of the business owner, but by their business practices, ethics, and commitment to excellence. Okay. And then the third myth we just talked about was that Black-owned businesses are limited to scale and reach, which we know is not true, because we have a lot of Black-owned businesses that are selling to everybody across the board, and that there are major corporations that are coming in wanting to buy those businesses. Okay, so lie, lie, lie. Okay, those 3 stereotypes we've already rebuked. We've already rebuked those stereotypes. Okay. Um, Lillian said, clap, clap, I am proud. Please speak on Black farmers' businesses. Okay, listen, Black farmers' businesses are not on my list today, but I hear you, and I will come back when we'll talk about the Black farm industry as well. We can talk about Black liqueurs. When I was in Atlanta, I went to Black Wall Street, and they had like a liqueur row. I didn't even know how many Black-owned tequilas and rums and bourbons and wines there are. Like, it will blow your mind. That's literally why I have this podcast called Black Business Gems, is because I want to drop gems and introduce gems. We are doing so much good stuff in the world that goes unnoticed. It goes untalked about. It goes uncelebrated. Why is that? We know why. It's because it's us. And so in order for us to get the fame, the recognition, the pat on the back, the acknowledgement that we're supposed to get, we have to do it. And so I have signed up myself. I am on the committee of celebrating Black people, Black businesses, and I will be doing that through this podcast, Black Brilliance Gems, where we drop gems and introduce gems on a weekly basis. And so that's what it is. Somebody says, I missed the Black business catalog. Listen, I might be bringing the Black business catalog back. If so, I don't know when, but we'll see if I can fit it in. We'll see if I can fit the Black business catalog back into my life. Okay. The Black business catalog used to do fire. We used to do over 500,000 impressions with the Black business catalog. So I might bring it back. If I do, it won't be this year, but I will see if I can position myself, my business, and my team to bring it back for next year. But I can't make any promises. Okay. We'll see what we can do. All right. So let's move on. Stereotype number 4 is lack of professionalism. This stereotype suggests that Black entrepreneurs might not be as professional as their counterparts or other races. Professionalism, again, isn't linked to race, but to individual behavior, industry knowledge, and respects for business norms. This is basically a play on what we just talked about a minute ago. The majority of businesses across the gamut can be unprofessional at any given moment in time. Okay. Unless you are going into Mercedes, the JW Marriott, Fleming's, Ruth Chris, something like that, it's gonna be hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? You can go into one of your favorite places who treats you right every single time, calls you by your last name, Mr. or Mrs., always have what you need. And you can go in there one time and they not do something right. And we'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They always act right normally. But this one time they don't act right, and we'll give them a pass, right? Everybody can be unprofessional. And I'm not saying that we should be out here accepting unprofessionalism. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we cannot act like Black businesses are the only businesses that are unprofessional. Okay. Can we do better? Absolutely. But so can other businesses, right? And so here are 3 Black professionals who have demonstrated exceptional professionalism in their craft, in their industry, and in leadership in their roles. One of them is Rosalind Brewer, who is the CEO of Walgreens Boots Alliance. She's shown exceptional professionalism in leading the company. Another one is Kenneth C. Frazier, the executive chairman and former CEO to a pharmaceutical company by the name of Merck & Co. He is renowned for his professionalism and integrity, as well as the Sonda Brown Duckett. If you have never heard of this sister, she is bad as hell. And she's cute too. If you look her up on the internet, she got these cute little glasses. She got a nice little flair. She's the president and CEO of this company called TIAA. It is a leading provider of financial services. She demonstrates professionalism and exceptional leadership. She's the former CEO of Chase Consumer Banking and a member of the board of directors of Nike. Y'all have probably never heard of her. Oftentimes, the world will push celebrities on us, what they do, how they live in their lifestyles, when really there's a plethora of regular, everyday Black people killing the game in their career and in their business that we don't even know, we've never heard of. Killing the game. And so I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys some names of people that you've never heard of today. And so that one's stereotype 4, lack of professionalism. No. I'll tell you this. My last job before becoming a full-time entrepreneur, I was an executive assistant in an aerospace company. Put a pin in that. $1 billion with a B, $1 billion aerospace company. Okay. So CEO, president, your girl. I'm sitting in these meetings. We're talking about $1 billion deals, right? So the professionalism is crazy, but that's not the issue. The thing is, I sat as the executive assistant. And so when people came into the office, they had to do business with me. When they want to talk about getting on the president's schedule, they had to do business with me. When they wanted to talk about flying around the country and the planes and doing what they had to do and moving around, because we're a $1 billion company, they had to do business with me. And so things that I would hear would be like, wow, you speak so well. Like, how do you think I was going to speak? Or you're not what I expected. Well, what did you expect? Like, how did you think I was going to be sitting here talking? The Valley Girl thing definitely works for me. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't expect to hear that. Like, oh my God, you're this is my favorite. You're so articulate. Lady, I know how to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, professionalism, super important. I would always say when I get to work, I hang myself up, go in, do what I gotta do. Bada bing, bada boom, do that, do this. Can we get that for you? Do this. It's on time. It's in your email. Da, da, da. Everybody good? Everybody good? Cool. When I leave, boom, let's go. That code switching is for real. Somebody says, you sound different over the phone. Listen, man, those fools, they would be calling. I'd be like, thank you so much for calling. The name of the company. How can I help you? Oh, this is LaNée. And then when they would walk in, they would be like, I'm here to see LaNée. I'm like, oh, that's me. You know, y'all know how those people, they like a ghost. Oh, I didn't know you were, they won't say Black though. They'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm here to see you. Show you right. Professionalism goes a long way. Okay, let me just say that. It goes a long way. Stereotype number 5, undercapitalized. While systemic economic disparities may mean that Black-owned businesses start with less capital on average, the stereotype that Black entrepreneurs are unable to manage finances or lack the acumen for raising capital is false and damaging. While it's true that historical and systemic economic disparities have resulted in less starting capital for many Black entrepreneurs, we are not inherently poor at managing finances or raising capital. One of the reasons why this is such a damaging stereotype is because it prevents us from even trying to get money for our businesses. That's damaging because it causes us to operate without funding for longer than we need to. It keeps us from applying for funding, loans, grants, doing crowdfunding, because we automatically assume it's not going to work out. When really some organizations, platforms, nonprofits, SBAs, they are literally giving money out. I do not remember what the number is, and I don't want to lie to you. I probably should have looked it up before doing this podcast, but it just came to me right now. There is something like X amount of millions, if not billions of dollars that just sits because Black people, our community, we're not applying for it. There's money that is earmarked for us that sits because we don't apply for it. And so let me tell you what happens. Other nonprofits apply for this money saying that they're going to use it to help fund Black-owned businesses. So there's money set aside for us as Black entrepreneurs, as Black-owned businesses that we're not applying for. So other people that don't look like us go and apply for it and then hand it out to us. These grants that you see coming across, such and such and such is doing a grant for Black-owned businesses, such and such is doing a grant for Black-owned businesses. They applied for that money because we didn't apply for it. And now they're doling it out to us as a grant from their organization that they now manage because we didn't go and get it ourselves. So this stereotype about there not being capital is very damaging, because our businesses could actually have funding if we knew that there's money for us. So entrepreneurs who have bootstrapped and or got funding, we're going to go back to Robert F. Smith again. We mentioned him earlier. He founded Vista Equity Partners with capital from his personal finances and investment. Today, that company manages equity commitments over $73 billion with a B. $73 billion with a B. Another venture capitalist, Eric Moore, he's a founder and managing director of Base Ventures. He bootstrapped his venture capital firm, starting with his own capital before raising funds from investors. His firm has since backed many successful companies. And then the third one is Rodney Sampson. He's a partner at 100 Black Angels and Allies Fund. He plays a vital role in financing promising startups and empowering Black entrepreneurs. This fund aims to invest $50 million into Black-led startups and funds. I'm going to say the name of this company again, because if you are an entrepreneur and you are looking for funding, you need to know this. The name of this company is 100 Black Angels and Allies Fund. There is money for Black-owned businesses. Do not let people tell you that we don't have money. You might not be able to walk into your local bank and get money, but there is money on tables out here for that people want to give to you. Look for it, find it. Don't believe that there's no money. Don't let your business struggle or suffer or not have the financing that it needs in order to be successful. Okay? And then stereotype number 6, which is the last one on my list. Again, there's a gazillion stereotypes, but these were the ones I wanted to focus on today, is less innovative. Lastly, some people may stereotype Black-owned businesses as being less innovative. Again, innovation isn't determined by the race or ethnicity of a business owner. And there are countless innovative businesses owned by Black entrepreneurs who are leading innovations in their field. One of them is Dr. Ayana Howard. She is the co-founder of Zyrobotics. She uses advanced technology to develop educational products for children with differing abilities. That is so dope. I love to hear Black-owned businesses that are thinking outside the box and doing businesses that we don't normally traditionally see. That makes my heart happy. We also have Ryan Williams, co-founder of Jopwell. Ryan is revolutionizing the recruitment industry by increasing job visibility and opportunities for Black, Latinx, and Native American students and professionals. And then we have Jessica O. Matthews, who is the founder of Uncharted Power. She invented Socket, an energy-generating soccer ball, and is continually innovating in the renewable energy sector. Listen, shout out to the Black entrepreneurs that are doing the damn thing, tearing down barriers, rebuking, I'm gonna keep doing that, stereotypes. Okay? Don't let the world try to tell you that we are not killing the game, that we are not doing good business, that we are not dope. It is a lie. We are the sugar honey iced tea. Okay? Sugar honey iced tea. I'm still trying to decide if I want to curse or not. Sometimes it needs one, but that one didn't right there. Again, if you're just tuning in, I am Dr. I am Dr. LaNée Javet. This is the Black Business Gems podcast, where we drop gems and introduce gems relative to Black businesses. Today, we are talking about Black excellence. I got to find my little call sheet here. We're talking about entrepreneurial excellence, reshaping perceptions of Black businesses. If you are just tuning in, we have gone through 1 through 6 stereotypes, talking about whether or not they are true or not. And what we have found is that they're not true. I've been just rebuking these different stereotypes in the name of little Black Jesus. Okay. Um, Somebody said, you've always been a doctor. Why? Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Let's see. So I help service-based entrepreneurs light up the world with their brilliance by packaging and selling their expertise like a precious jewel using my 4C diamond method. For clarity, confidence, clients, and coins, I specialize in creating thriving multiple 6 and 7-figure businesses for Black-owned entrepreneurs that make a sparkling impact. And so with that, one of the things I wanted to do, I have a 4-day challenge that's coming up called the Revenue to Riches 4-day challenge, where I want to show Black entrepreneurs how to not just make revenue in your business, but actually how do you get rich in your business. And revenue to me is like 6 figures. If you're doing 6 figures in your business, you are generating revenue. 0 to 6, you generate revenue, right? Riches don't really start until about 7. Okay. And a lot of times we are first generation entrepreneurs. And so there's a lot of things that we don't either know or understand about business. I will tell you the honest to goodness truth. Getting a MBA did not teach me about business. It didn't. Getting the PhD, that did not teach me about business either. How I learned about business was doing business, was operating businesses, was running businesses. Again, I was an executive assistant at a $1 billion company, billion with a B, sitting in strategy meetings, talking about $700 million deals. That is what made me good at what I do. Building a 6-figure business, building a 7-figure business, you can't learn it at school. I learned it by literally being in the trenches. Dr. Boyce Watkins is one of my biggest clients, helping him to build the Black Business School, do the All Black National Convention. Things like that is what helped me to become who I am and to learn how to do business. And so what I've done is over the last 10 years that I've been a full-time entrepreneur, I took everything that I know and I was like, what is it that people need? Where are they really struggling at? And it came down to 4 things. They're struggling with getting clear on their business objectives. So they a lot of times as Black business owners, we start businesses because we want to be an entrepreneur. We want to control our time freedom. We want to control our financial freedom. And so we'll start a business, but we really don't have the business acumen. And so we're not clear on what our business objective is. And so clarity is like one of the main reasons that people come to me. The other thing that I see is that they need confidence, whether that confidence is in their brand, the product or service that they offer, but most importantly, the pricing. We underprice, we undercut ourselves, we undersell ourselves. And a lot of that has to do with the stereotypes that are associated with Black-owned businesses, which is why I teach and preach my clients and customers, do not compete on price, compete on value. When you compete on value, you can be confident in what you're offering. So that's why clarity is the first piece that I talk about. Confidence is the second. If you get those 2 things under control, the clients come, because now you can identify who you're really supposed to be serving, who you're supposed to be getting in front of, how you're supposed to be serving these individuals. And then they are attracted to your light, which ultimately leads to touching the coins. So that's why I was like, oh, what I do is very simple. I help my clients get clarity, confidence, clients, and coins. And that's what I want to do for Black-owned businesses. That's how I can contribute to helping Black-owned businesses rebuke stereotypes. Okay. Somebody says, shout out Dr. Boyce. Yes, shout out Dr. Boyce. I'm on a couple of his platforms over here right now. And so if you would like to join me next week, I have a 4-day free challenge. Let me just say, I'm so happy to be able to do something for free. Like, I'm geeked to be able to offer something for free. Okay. I'm going to put this over here in Instagram real quick, just because they don't get to see what you guys get to see over here on Facebook, which is the QR code as well as the ticker at the bottom. If you go to www.revenue2, which is TO riches.com, you can get signed up for this free 4-day challenge, where I'm going to be showing Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs how to get clarity, confidence, clients, and coins so that you can go from revenue to riches. I'm going to show you how to create your brilliant path to from 6 to 7 figures. Okay. I don't want us to struggle in our business. We can't hire other people if we're struggling in our business. We can't live the life we want to live if we're struggling in our business. I'm tired of seeing people who flex on the gram and then run into them in real life and they're not flexing. I'm tired. I don't want to do that no more. I want you to be able to flex in real life. I want you to have money on repeat. I want you to be clear in the business that you offer. I want you to have confidence in the business that you offer. I want the right clients to be able to identify you as being the expert or the person who has what they need. And I want you to have coins. And so if you would like to join me next week, I have a 4-day conference. Again, go to www.revenuetoriches.com. If you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio, or I just posted it right there in the thread. If you are on Facebook, you can see the QR code over here, but you can also see the link down below. And it is in the what do you call that thing? The descriptor. Okay. So if it's something that you're interested in, please let's go out here and make it do what it do. All right. I love you. I know that you don't want to have a stereotypical business, and I pray that you do not. But if you do, let's fix it. Let's get it together. Let's make it right. Okay. Any questions for me? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Any questions about stereotypes? Any questions about your business? Anything that you would like to know that I can tell you about myself or business? This is the time to ask it. Oops, someone just scanned the QR code and said, I need to be in the building. Come through. Davina Lyons says, love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Gotta go. Take care, everyone. Keep shining. Thank you, Dr. Michelle. Let's see. So how do we find this funding for BOBs? Ooh, Shantae Moore asked this question. That is such a good question. So if you Google Black business loans, you're going to get a plethora. If you Google Black business grants, you're going to get a plethora. If you Google Black business nonprofit funding, you're going to get a plethora. So you just have to look for it. That's the crazy part. It's just out there. It's not even hiding from us. It's readily available and out there. One of the things that I'm going to be doing, and in these next probably 3 to 6 months, is I'm going to have my business certified as not as a nonprofit. I'm going to have my business certified as a minority woman-owned business. I'm going to be getting those certifications because those things help with regards to like government contracts and things of that nature. One of the other things I'm going to be doing is I have a client called Black and Global Business Network, and she shows Black-owned businesses here in the United States how to do business internationally with other Black businesses in other countries. And what we don't know is that the United States government has a budget, and they pay for businesses in the United States. I'm sorry. They pay for it is correct. They pay for businesses in the United States to be able to do business with international companies. So they pay the international company in order to do business with us over here. So we are showing up to a gunfight with a knife. We are playing checkers and everybody else is playing chess. There's so many different ways for us to win in our business that we're not aware of. One, the international market. Doesn't cost us much of anything to go international because your local government will pay for it, and then your state government will give you a grant. Nobody told us that. And then there's all this money that is available to us that we're not even applying for, because we're hearing that there's no capital for Black businesses. But what they're saying is you can't walk into a bank and get capital, but you can get a loan, you can get a credit card, you can get grants. There's other ways of funding. Okay. Let's see. Library, they have huge and updated unfederal grants. So the library was another one somebody said. Pink Berry Boo says, I already got mine. I appreciate you so much, Dr. LaNée. You're so welcome. Wow, Sheena Bautista. Hey, hey, hey. All right, let's see. Because we don't apply, this millionaire in my neighborhood is begging to get Black youth in his program because the money is sitting. Listen, there's so much money earmarked for Black people, for Black stuff, for Black businesses, for Black innovation, for Black whatever you want to call it. There, it's just sitting there. It's sitting there in a way that other communities are going to get it so that they can doll it out to us. That's the craziest thing. We're not applying for it, so somebody else is going to get it and saying, I'm gonna go get it and give it to you. That's crazy. That's our money. And we're over here talking about there's no money for Black people. There is. There is money for Black people. Anywho. Somebody says I would definitely watch the replay. Awesome. You've always been a doctor. Thank you so much. Shout out Dr. Boys. Absolutely. What about stocks? So this in particular conversation right here is really focused on entrepreneurs. So as myself, for me, I can only give you my opinion. I believe the Black economic empowerment is going to come through entrepreneurship, but that's my stance. I know people do real estate, and I know people do stocks and other things, and God bless those individuals and those other avenues towards wealth. My specialty is entrepreneurship. That's how I help people to build their business. I have clients that are doing 6 figures in a month. I have a client that had a $230,000 month. So for me, how I help, what I'm good at is helping people, helping entrepreneurs to get clear in their business, get confident in the business that they're offering, identify their clients, and make money. That's how I impact the world, specifically Black people, specifically the Black community, specifically Black families. I do it through entrepreneurship. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude our episode of the Black Business Gems podcast. I do expect that I'll be doing this once a week, the podcast piece. You can catch me live on any one of my personal business platforms at I am Dr. LaNée Javet. The podcast I will do once a week. Normally, I am interviewing somebody because at the Black Business Gems, I want to introduce you to gems and I want to drop gems. Today, it was just me because this thing around the stereotypes is super on my heart. Like, it's on my heart. I don't want that to be us. And so my goal is to make sure that I am teaching about business to Black people. My goal is to make sure that everybody that is Black understands and knows my 4C diamond method, that you have clarity, that you have confidence, that you are getting clients, and that you are getting coins, because that is how we elevate. That is how we win. Okay. Shalom. Thank you so much for being here on today. Please join me next week for the 4-day Revenue to Riches, the Brilliant Path from 6 to 7 Figures Challenge. It is going to be, you do get replay access. So if you can't make it live, you do get to watch the replay. Okay. Do you teach online courses? I do teach online courses. I absolutely do. Somebody said another fire episode. Why? Thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you. You're so welcome. I appreciate you guys. And I thank you guys for welcoming me back online with so much love. A lot of you know I just finished my doctorate. I've been in school for the last 5 years. And so I've been running my business. My business has been doing amazing. My clients have been doing amazing, but I haven't been in the front of my business. So you guys haven't seen my face in a while. And so I'm gearing back up. LL Cool J said, don't call it a comeback, but it really is a comeback. And so I'm just trying to get comfortable being back online. And so I appreciate all the love and the support as I find my way back to my new regular as Dr. LaNée Javet, the Diamond Strategist, utilizing my 4C Diamond Method. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys next week for the Revenue to Riches Challenge. With that, be blessed, stay beautiful, and be Black.